Hi there, it's Buttons from Gone Rogue Games, here with another disastrous video of our back room here at Gone Rogue Games. You can see we are still renovating. I got camera equipment everywhere. I've got old posters. Who wants a flesh and blood poster? Anyone wants this, let me know. We just are rearranging a lot of stuff in the hall. And since this game isn't really played much here, we made room for a magic poster. So anyway, where were we going with this video? So, it is crazy month, and I decided to try to get more streamlined here and clean this back room up and put a new kind of ordering system over here in the corner. So there used to be a shelf here. We're gonna get some label printers back here, and that way I can work on my computer, send it overall, maybe if I ever get assistant over to a computer here, package everything up, ship it all off, and hopefully we can actually speed up the process because things are going nuts on the online side of things as well as in store. So what do we have to talk about today? Here's a project that I'm working on. So I had a lot of inquiries about single packs for Pokemon, and I've had a lot of these type of products building up. So let me give you the gist of how it works with distributors with Pokemon. They typically want you to take all the product if you want to be eligible to buy booster boxes. So for years I was picking up things like trainers toolkits and these what we call lunch boxes, and also the EX boxes. And historically speaking, they have been terrible products because not only are they worse per pack to buy, they typically sell on the open market for much less than a booster box. So all roads in Pokemon lead to buying a booster box for your best bang for buck, no matter what you want to do. If you want to crack packs, and this is just out the gates. I'm not talking about now. And unfortunately too, with Pokemon, there's just so many SKUs that it is impossible for your average consumer to even know what to be searching for when they're looking for a product that they could be cracking to open up packs. So oftentimes what ends up happening is I just break them down. And I've used to go through boxes and boxes and boxes. I'm kind of kicking myself because we were, though, I can't beat myself too much because no one anticipated this market to go this nuts. And I do have a lot of stuff that has built up. So we're in good position for packs. And we are selling a lot of packs locally. It is just, it's crazy how quick the market shifts where we have no one coming in for Pokemon buying packs. I mean, it was only like the players that were actually buying some, the ones that would just come in and play, and they buy a few packs here and there. But now we are having the demographic that the collectors, the people in their 30s, their late 30s, even early 40s coming in and buying handfuls of Pokemon, slapping down those hundos to buy Evolving Skies packs. Speaking of which, now I think we've had 2 Umbreons open up. So I got a theory about that. We'll talk about that in a second. But anyway, one of the things now that I'm doing right today, one of my projects, is to break down these trainers toolkits and just break them down for packs. You can see it's a mess. I've got just a slew of trainers toolkits to go through, cutting up my fingers, trying to get all this plastic wrap in sharp corners. And this is what you end up with, is just a variety of different packs. Now packs, I would, if I were you, try to find a trusted source that you're getting packs that haven't been tampered with or searched, or there used to be some shenanigans with Pokemon where you could weigh packs, things like that. And so on the open market, I'd be very, very careful buying just loose packs. However, if you are a patron, I think that now we have a lot of people that do just want packs again. I had a patron actually just send me $1,000, said send me $1,000 worth of Pokemon packs. I'm like, wait, I'll break down some stuff and send you $1,000 worth of Pokemon packs. So this is again what I'm working on right here. And there's some juicy stuff that is still coming out of some of these products. As you can see, we got the Evolving Skies. This is a very, very tough to find, this product. So one of the reasons too, and this is something if you ever are going to start a store or start your own little gig, this is something that you have to learn how to squeeze every dollar out of products. Like, you don't want to be taking losses on things when you don't have to. And oftentimes these type of products here are killers if you have to ship them. So for the longest time, these were going for like 20 bucks on TCG Player. Even less than that. I mean, the cost of these were around that from distributors. So if you're trying to recoup your capital and you have to actually ship these off on like eBay or TCG Player, you hit with their 12.5% fees and all the PayPal fees associated with it. And then you actually have to ship this oftentimes with competitive rate shipping or just free shipping to try to compete with all the other people who are doing that. And things like trainer toolkits, that really really eats into your margins. So I'm still even trying to figure out how to do blooming waters. This thing still continues to be massive, the blooming waters. And it is just hard to even find boxes that will fit this thing with like other orders. So as I stated, this is one of the things that you have to learn, the ins and outs of like finding how to squeeze as much as possible out of every product. So one of the things that we got creative with this is these things actually sell for $5. No problem here locally. For people that just actually want to collect or want energy or sleeves or dice, this ends up being a pretty good bargain deal for $5. So we will throw these kind of by the other Pokemon product, and you'd be surprised that people actually pick them up and buy them. And it's a sweet deal for them, because this is what the trainer toolkits were meant for, was actually that content. They just throw what I actually do like about Pokemon compared to Magic is whenever Pokemon does, well, there's an exception of some things, but the vast majority of Pokemon products will have packs in them to make sure that if a product ends up being a dud, that eventually people will just want to break them down for the packs. And so this is what we're doing with the Trainer's Toolkit. Same thing, and there's a lot of things that get left over. Things like sleeves. These sell for like $2 to $5 all day long too. I've been noticing people, I apologize if I'm cutting into someone's space on eBay, but I did notice a mass seller of these that goes through about 3 of these a day. On the history. So you think about, I mean, it doesn't sound like much, but that's, you're looking at like 90 a month of selling these Pokemon packs, and they sell them anywhere from like, $6 to $10. And at that point, that is profitable to ship them even after the fees and things like that. So again, this is my little gig right now, is just trying to break down all these Trainer's Cool Kits. Speaking of which, here's another product that I guess we call this kind of product arbitrage here, to where the contents of the Chandra spellbooks are now very profitable compared to how much they cost at distribution level. So this is what you're looking for right now, is the Rite of Flame and the not the Past in Flames, the other one, the Pyroblast. The foil versions of the Pyroblast and the Rite of Flames are actually going for about $20, and they have pretty good sales. Both of those cards, Pyroblast and Rite of Flame, are having pretty good sales, not just from the Chandra spellbook, but across the board. So I noticed that, and I hurried and picked up the last bit of Chandra spellbooks from distributors. And again, this is a product that is old, outdated. People don't know it exists, so it's rough for people, or to try to sell it, to actually find the eyes for buyers that are going to be searching for specifically Chandra spellbooks. So a better way is just break it down and sell the seals, and you're left over with some of the kind of the chaff after that you have to do, or the chaff that you have to find creative ways to move through them. And speaking of Pokemon, that's what we're trying to do too, because we used to open up a lot of Pokemon on stream, and I've got boxes and boxes and boxes full of Pokemon bulk, and it's something that I'm trying to figure out how to do that, whether to and I used to also break down a lot of these older products too, and have just binders and boxes full of like the EXs, like speaking of which, like Blooming Waters, the Blastoise that comes out of Blooming Waters, those type of products, you end up with like piles of them. I'm trying to think of a creative way to actually, squeeze some money out of that sort of product. But that's the thing, if you own a game store, there is endless amount of work if you want it. So all of these things, you can figure out ways to be creative, and like I said, squeeze that little bit of juice out of every sort of product. So yeah, that's kind of what I got going on today. It's going to be a mess back here, but I think when we eventually get this cleaned up, it's going to be a nice little operation back in this little mix. Eventually I've always said we wanted a bigger store, but at this point, the nostalgia is just huge here at the store, and it's just so, you get in the swing of things, and I think we got pretty much everything we need here at this store. It'd be nice to have a little bit bigger. We could carry their products, but man, yeah, so much I'm just looking around here. This is a project a long time ago that I ended up, so these were super profitable to get the, these were arena starter kits, I believe, and there are vetoes in them. And so I broke them down for the vetoes, but Veto is reprinted again in one of the jump starts, and so Veto just crashed once again. I think the arena starter kits from 2021 are now profitable now with the Magecraft guy. I'll have to check the price on that. But man, this is something too. So all the vetoes were taken out, and we were selling them, and you're left with just these hordes and hordes of the cards that I think there used to be some cards in there, like Peer from the Abyss, I think is in there. They used to be worth some money, but it's right now, again, it's just another task for another day that I've put on the back burner. So that's my personality. I end up starting so many projects and unfortunately only finish a handful of them. So yeah, we got our work cut out for it, and we got lazy employees that are asleep and not working and, you know, think that they could just get a free ride here. And geez, he's out. Where's the Chloe? Chloe's probably in the other room because every time I pick up the camera, she's like, nope, I'm out of here. I don't want to be on camera. So anyway, if you are in the market for Pokemon packs, that is something that I am going to start offering. As I said, like, I don't even know if I'm ever going to try to do this Blooming Waters again. I appreciate everyone that did put in for Blooming Waters, and like, it is such an issue to find boxes that are big enough. My camera does not want to focus on Blooming Waters. It wants to go to the ceiling. So find boxes that are big enough to fit this stupid thing. And it's just, at this point, it just makes so much more sense, unless you're collecting it, just to break them down for the 151 packs that are in there. So yeah, man, there's another thing that I don't do anymore. When we used to break down bundles for single packs too, because you could sell the dice in the actual box for about, you know, $2 to $3, and then the packs, it used to be the cheapest way to actually get per pack. So there's all knowledge that you start to pick up over time, and it is a lot of work. And that's why, like I said, a lot of things get put on projects, because sometimes you'll have some free time and it's like, okay, I'm going to actually work on this and see what I can do. And that's how my mind works too. So sometimes it's like a game to me to figure out how, you know, how much I can squeeze out, how much hours it takes me to do it. And it's more of the process that is interesting rather than the actual profit margin. And I've learned to push that away as much as possible, because now that I am super busy with things that legitimately need to get done, there's less time for that sort of thing. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll try to keep it fresh. I'm trying to not be so repetitive on this channel, which is like, oh, look what I got in today, or let's complain about Pokemon and Magic today. And so I hope you enjoyed this kind of off-the-cuff video of some of the operations that we have going on behind the scenes here at Gone Rogue Games. So as always, I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, if you're interested in our Patreon service, I highly encourage you to go and check it out, because we try to do good deals. Like even these packs that I'm breaking down, they're going to beat the market price on TCG Player, because it's just, you know, one of the incentives that I do for people that do sign up for the subscription service. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Kevin with Gone Rogue Games. Thanks for watching.